Welcome to a transformative journey through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. In this video, we bring together 4 powerful lessons that will transform the way you approach life. Learn how to rise above disrespect and negativity, spot fake and toxic people, protect yourself from those with harmful intentions, and unlock the secrets to conquering 2025 with a Stoic mindset. These are not just lessons. They are tools to help you lead a more resilient and fulfilling life. Let's dive into the transformative power of Stoicism. Recreating yourself is not just about superficial changes, it's about deep, life-altering transformation. As we step into 2025, let's explore how the philosophy of Stoicism, along with insights from other great thinkers, can guide us in this journey. Imagine a life where external opinions and societal pressures no longer control you. A life centered on purpose, resilience, and inner peace. This isn't just a journey of change, it's a journey of becoming the best version of yourself. 1. The art of not caring. At the heart of Stoicism lies the concept of focusing only on what you can control. The art of not caring is not about indifference, but about directing your energy where it matters. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let go of the noise of society and focus on building your inner world. Stoicism teaches us that caring too much about external validation or material success distracts from our true purpose. By practicing this art, you cultivate inner peace and resilience. Think of it as freeing yourself from chains you never needed to wear. Reflect on the things you've cared about in the past year that didn't truly matter. How would it feel to let them go? 2. Self-love and healthy selfishness. Before you can transform, you must understand yourself. Self-love isn't vanity, it's the foundation of a meaningful life. Aristotle spoke of eudaimonia, or flourishing through virtue and wisdom. Likewise, Carl Rogers emphasized the importance of unconditional self-regard. Embrace who you are today while striving for who you can become tomorrow. Healthy selfishness is about setting boundaries and recognizing your own worth. It's about saying no to things that drain you and yes to things that nourish your soul. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly prioritized your needs without guilt? To rebuild yourself, you must first lay a strong foundation of self-respect and care. 3. Purpose in chaos. In a world of constant change, anchoring yourself with purpose provides clarity. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." Purpose isn't found, it's created. Reflect on what gives your life meaning and let it guide your decisions. Think of your purpose as a compass during a storm. It doesn't stop the wind or rain, but it keeps you moving in the right direction. Spend time journaling or meditating on what truly drives you. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as spreading kindness or creating art. 4. Stoicism, a philosophy of resilience. Stoicism teaches us to embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth. Seneca advised, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Practice gratitude for the challenges that shape you. View setbacks as lessons and cultivate wisdom, courage, and tranquility. Resilience isn't about never falling, it's about how quickly you rise. Imagine the hardest moment of your past year. How did it change you? Stoicism encourages us to see every obstacle as a stepping stone. By reframing challenges, we take control of our narrative and empower ourselves to grow. 5. detachment and inner peace. Buddhist philosophy aligns with Stoicism in advocating detachment from desires. Buddha taught, "You only lose what you cling to." Detachment isn't about giving up. It's about letting go of unhealthy attachments and embracing the present moment. Through mindfulness, find freedom and joy in simplicity. Mindfulness practices such as meditation or mindful walking can ground you in the present. Imagine starting each day with 5 minutes of silence, simply observing your breath. This small practice can ripple out, creating a calmer and more centered version of yourself. 6. The power of choice. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre remind us that freedom comes with responsibility. You shape your essence through your actions. Embrace this freedom by making intentional choices that align with your values. Authenticity requires courage, but leads to profound fulfillment. Every day you make countless choices, some small, some life-changing. Reflect on the decisions you've made recently. Were they driven by fear or by authenticity? Sartre's philosophy challenges us to take ownership of our lives. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. 7. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear often stands between us and our transformation. We fear failure, rejection, and uncertainty. But as Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear is often rooted in the unknown, and by confronting it head-on, we can unlock new possibilities. To break free from fear, start by identifying what scares you most. Write it down. Then, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if you failed? What's the best that could happen if you succeed? Fear loses its power when we dissect it and face it with rationality and courage. Remember, the most successful individuals are often those who acted in spite of their fears. The process of transformation requires courage, and courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act regardless of it. Embrace your fears. They are simply the gateway to your growth. 8. The relevance of self-control. Mental discipline is crucial in the process of cognitive changes, if at all an individual hopes to stay focused. Depending on how we train the brain, it can be our friend or even foe. As Marcus Aurelius says in his practical writings, you must keep in mind all of the thoughts whose outcome you want to get. This relates to controlling one's mind. Without a doubt, what you set your mind on will apply to everything you do, and using that perspective will determine how you carry out your work home. In this case, to be more precise on getting the self-control needed, breathe, meditate, repeat something positive, affirming. Now, consider your head as a garden. Some weeds, negativity, will self-germinate and grow, but the flowers, expected outcome, will require your nurture and special care. The more you practice, the more substitute control you gain, thus making it easy to meet life's obstacles. 9. Adapting to changes and moving forward. Change is something that everyone desires. Nevertheless, numerous individuals are resistant because they fear the unknown or sentiments associated with the past. But in reality, it is change that makes life interesting. Greek philosopher Heraclitus also put it when he said, "There is nothing permanent except for change." Instead of dreading change, look at it in a constructive light. When someone says their life changed, that means they have learnt something new and have moved on to the further chapters in their book. The key to change is in the letting go and allowing yourself to visualize new possibilities. Try to remember a situation where everything was different. How did it shape you? What did you become? Changes not only give you wings, but they also increase the horizon for growth. Believe in yourself and let the future come, because whoever is ready for the future, the future is ready for him. 10. Importance of reflection and appreciation. Out of all the self-improvement techniques, reflection is one of the most effective. Make sure you take a reasonable amount of time every day to think through your actions, evaluate how far you have come, and the lessons that you have taken through the process. This has a tendency of helping you remain on course with what you are working towards. Transformation would not be complete without an aspect of gratitude. It changes your focus from what is lacking to what is available in plenty. So practice gratitude. At this point in your life, it is critical to have a perspective, not just about the micro, but also the macro. Make sure you always write about the things you are thankful for. 3 on each day will be perfect, and note the little things. Such simple occurrences like thinking of your life, being appreciative of it, and self-reflection can expand your bounds, elevate your energy, and make you exceedingly happier than you have ever known. 11th, building lasting habits. Transformation is a gradual process, and it starts with the small actions we take every day. To truly change, you must commit to building habits that align with the life you want to create. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Start small. Identify one habit that you can cultivate today. It could be as simple as waking up earlier, drinking more water, or exercising daily. As you begin to see progress, you'll build momentum, and soon these habits will shape your reality. The key is consistency. Even on days when motivation wanes, the habits you've built will keep you on track. Remember, transformation is not an overnight process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. 12th, strengthening relationships and community. No one can transform in isolation. As you rebuild yourself, it's essential to surround yourself with people who support and challenge you. In his book, The Art of Loving, Erich Fromm talks about the importance of nurturing authentic relationships. He argues that love and connection are the cornerstones of a fulfilled life. Look at your current relationships. Are they uplifting you or draining your energy? To create a meaningful life, you must nurture the relationships that matter most and let go of the ones that no longer serve you. Moreover, find ways to give back to your community. Whether it's through acts of kindness, volunteer work, or simply listening to someone in need, you'll find that giving is a powerful way to enrich your own life. Remember, transformation isn't just about the self. It's about how you interact with the world and the people around you. 13. Practicing patience and trusting the process. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong journey, and there will be moments when it feels slow or even stagnant. In these moments, practice patience. Trust that each step, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the person you are becoming. Seneca wrote, "Time will pass, and we will pass through time." We are all on a unique timeline. Trust that your efforts, even if unseen in the moment, will pay off in the long run. Allow yourself to be patient with your progress and recognize that personal growth is not linear. Sometimes setbacks are part of the process. Learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward. 14. Living with integrity. Finally, to truly transform, live with integrity. Integrity means being true to yourself and your values, even when it's difficult. It's about being honest in your actions, keeping promises, and treating others with respect. Living with integrity is the foundation for self-respect and peace of mind. When you live authentically, free from the need for external validation, you'll discover a profound sense of inner peace. Take a moment to reflect on your values. Are your actions aligning with them? If not, it's time to realign. When your actions match your beliefs, you'll experience a sense of wholeness that no external success can offer. As we approach 2025, let us embark on this transformative journey with a clear mind and a focused heart. Stoicism and the wisdom of great thinkers offer us timeless principles to guide us, but the true power lies within each of us. We have the ability to reshape our lives, one thought, one decision, and one action at a time. As you step into the new year, embrace the journey of transformation. Let go of the old, build upon the new, and remember, the best version of yourself is not a destination. It's a continual process of growth, reflection, and becoming. One of the first doubts that arise in a man's mind is whether the people around him are actually truthful to him or not. A person is not endowed with such super ability to accurately assess who in a group is real and who is fake. There are characters in humans that are concealed, such as envy and dishonesty, amongst which are menace to a society without its citizens realizing it. One of the first doubts that arise in a man's mind is whether the people around him are actually truthful to him or not. Imagine you are receiving accolades for a job well done, whilst all your colleagues are congratulating you for the good work. Something appears to be off. Maybe one of the people present in that room has faked enthusiasm simply out of jealousy. Their smile says yes, but the eyes say no. These minor but critical indicators also point out the twitch and turn of jealousy and deceit that the grain hasn't been able to wash away. Today, let us take a step back and look at how ancient Roman Stoicism sheds light on leveraging jealousy and sneakiness, after identifying it, that is, with 10 key principles. Not only do these techniques help you recognize and respond to such behaviors, but they also allow you to respond calmly and build healthy relationships. In other words, the goal is to win women. 1. Believe in actions, not words. Our actions speak louder than our words. This is one of the principles of Stoicism. A person's actions are their ultimate intentions. This is because a person's actions define their truth. Take note of the discrepancies in a person's behaviors. A team member may acknowledge you or sing your praises in the office, but might gossip about you behind your back. It is mainly because of envy that these people have two faces. To quote Marcus Aurelius, "It does not matter what you think a good man should be, you are one." And self-awareness is important because we all know that every so often the camera doesn't compose the scene, and pay attention to such moments since it's the separating characteristic of a person. This is a great way to reflect on behavior as well and change what is needed in order to meet values. 2. Imagine what they say about you when you make it. The truth is in the actions. The way a person acts tells you more than 1,000 words. Those who support you are excited for your success, but those who are jealous will do everything in their power to make your life miserable. And as it is commonly said, the true supporters are your hard work and sacrifice. People like that would rather downplay your efforts or make fun of you, rather than sulk inside while putting on a fake smile. Try to keep company with people who appreciate you rather than people who feel threatened by your success. Because when confronted by their feelings of insecurity, these individuals would do anything necessary to prove their superiority. Alternatively, someone who is truly rooting for you will express outward joy for your accomplishments. Notice their treatment of others. According to the tenets of Stoicism, respect is due to everyone irrespective of rank. Look out for the way people treat those who are not in a position to assist them in any way. Honest people are generous in their respect to others, while respect for the dishonest is mostly conferred on the powerful. For instance, a person who is polite to a boss but rude to waiters is pretending to be somebody they aren't. This practice also affords one the chance to introspect. For what reasons do you care or do not care of people who seem to have no tangible benefits for you? Always live up to the ideals that you seek in others. Distinguish between appreciation and compliments. Most of the times when too much praise is lavished on an individual, an ulterior motive exists. Praise indeed fixes a lot, but compliments have to be real, not out of proportions. Ask yourself whether the person praising you is doing it out of pity or appreciation, or is it because she stands to gain something from you. Instead, focus on the true meaning of self, and always know that others' definition of worth is not your reality. The real bonding of two relationships is based on mutual respect and not on needless compliments or flattery. Fifth, monitor consistency. When a person's speech and peculiarity are in a harmonious state, it must be love coming from the heart and is ruled by truth. Insincere people are known to steer their actions appropriate to the occasion, and this inconsistency becomes apparent sooner or later. Look for repeating patterns during their interactions with other people. Are the undercurrents in their behavior an aberration or a pattern? Trust can only be built on honesty, and it must be accompanied with consistency. 6. See how they react to criticism. There is quite a bit to learn about someone in how they take feedback. Honest people are those who do nothing except for wish to improve themselves through feedback. The other category reacts to feedback quite defensively or in anger. It is not uncommon for them to be petulant done, even if the intention was good. It's due to spite or fear of humiliation. How do you handle feedback? Strive to become better, consider it as a weapon, and in turn, help other people in being open to critique. 7. Look for implicit comparisons of achievement or success. Implicit comparisons are rules of thumb that show jealousy in some instances. For instance, backbiters, people who feel like they put you down by your achievements. Genuine friends love you as you are, and neither do they regard others, nor do they ask you to gauge your friendship on the basis of their social status. Coping strategies are a good way to identify those who want the best for you and those who feel better in your misfortunes. 8. Be sensitive to the reactions showcased during failures. The true nature or the inner self of a person gets revealed in failures. People who are authentic yearn for true beauty within and don't complain even when they face setbacks. On the contrary, actors or pretend to be who they are, blame others or give other excuses. It's the deeper issue of self-esteem or their low self-worth. Notice how the people around you cope with failure. Is it something they try to use as a source for their own improvement, or is it something that they try to shirk away from with an excuse? Let that help you form the basis of your trust. 9. How do they talk about themselves? Self-promotion or modesty are qualities that each person is comfortable exhibiting in a set of circumstances. Authentic ones admit where they went wrong and aim to focus on what went right, whilst boasting dishonest ones instead inflate their achievements and avoid taking responsibility for their failures. Cautiously ask the source if they were the one who gossiped or told someone else a secret. This is often born out of envy and is used to influence what others think. Appreciate relationships that are built on trust and loyalty. 10. Follow your hunches. Your subconscious sometimes is aware of the fraud, even when the situation has not been completely developed for you to understand what is going on. It is the case if someone does something or utters words which give you an uneasy feeling. Be quick to think about the situation. More often than not, instincts are good indicators. Add to that judgmental rationale, and it will help you to make a wise selection of associates. This way, you can work on deriving beneficial interactions without interference in your calmness. There is wisdom and lucidity in relationships when you put these Stoic principles. You should not waste life on those that are not truly behind you. Instead, try to be around the people who motivate and appreciate you, and who strive to be the exemplary traits they want to find in others. Thank you for joining this journey. If you found these insights helpful, share them with friends and family. Let's build a more peaceful and supportive world together. Understanding evil. Insights from Stoic philosophy. Evil, though often defined or described in many ways, remains an elusive and abstract concept. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught to understand human nature and approach life's challenges with calmness and reason. However, when faced with evil, its presence is often undeniable, making it something we can feel long before we can logically comprehend it. A malicious person doesn't always need to openly reveal their true nature. Their harmful intentions and cruelty inevitably manifest through their actions. When evil enters your life, you can sense it instinctively. Your intuition picks up on it even before your mind has a chance to analyze or question what's happening. What makes it particularly unsettling is that evil doesn't just exist in dark, unknown places. It can emerge in the very spaces we consider safe, such as schools, places of worship, or even within the homes of close friends. It often wears a mask of normalcy, remaining hidden until its impact becomes undeniable. Understanding evil is no simple task. It can't be neatly packaged into terms like immoral or cruel, as these words are often open to interpretation. Yet, when evil realizes that its true nature has been uncovered, it usually reacts in predictable ways. This article explores 7 behaviors often displayed by malicious individuals when they realize their deceit has been exposed, drawing on Stoic wisdom to guide us in navigating such situations with clarity and resolve. 1. Reinventing their reputation. When someone's malicious intentions are exposed, their first instinct is rarely to admit wrongdoing. Instead, they often try to reshape how others perceive them. Reputation is a powerful tool, and evil individuals are well aware of this. They will often attempt to rebuild their image by denying their past actions, blaming circumstances, or presenting a more sympathetic version of themselves. For example, a colleague known for dishonesty and manipulation may suddenly change their behavior, sharing personal struggles or claiming they've changed for the better. This is rarely a genuine transformation, but rather a strategic move to confuse others and make them doubt their initial perceptions. As Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By attempting to change how others think about them, they seek to regain control of the narrative and avoid accountability. 2. Unsettling energy and vibes. Human interactions are not just verbal, they also involve an exchange of energy. Sometimes being around certain individuals evokes an instinctive feeling of discomfort. Your gut tells you that something is wrong. This isn't mere superstition. Even science acknowledges how energy and emotions affect our perceptions. When malicious individuals realize that you've seen through their facade, their behavior becomes more calculated, and their negative energy becomes harder to ignore. This unease isn't paranoia. It's your intuition picking up on subtle cues. They may invade your privacy, monitor your actions, or create an oppressive atmosphere, all in an attempt to reassert control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. By staying calm and composed, you can resist their attempts to unsettle you. 3. Compounding lies to hide the truth. A lie, much like a web, becomes more tangled the more threads are added to cover the original falsehood. When malicious people are caught in their lies, they seldom admit to them. Instead, they spin even more lies to obscure the truth. Lying to avoid accountability or for personal gain reflects not just dishonesty, but also a deep fear of facing reality. As Epictetus wisely said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Those who lie trap themselves in ignorance and denial, unwilling to confront the consequences of their actions. Fourth, opportunistic behavior. Malicious individuals often reveal their true character through their timing. They tend to appear in your life only when there's something to gain and disappear when you need them the most. Before their intentions become clear, they might seem like dependable allies, but as you uncover their true nature, their opportunism becomes increasingly obvious. Rather than forming genuine connections, they treat every interaction as a transaction for personal benefit. Stoic teachings encourage us to see this behavior for what it is and distance ourselves from such toxic influences, focusing instead on building meaningful, reciprocal relationships. 5. Belittling and making you feel inferior. One of the most damaging tactics employed by malicious individuals is to belittle others and erode their self-confidence. Their remarks might appear harmless at first, but their intent is to make you feel inadequate and dependent. This tactic weakens your sense of self and makes it easier for them to manipulate you. Stoicism teaches that our worth is not defined by others' opinions, but by our own reasoned judgments. When faced with such attempts to undermine you, a Stoic would remain unshaken, recognizing the manipulative nature behind the words and refusing to internalize them. 6. Playing the victim. When confronted, malicious individuals often pretend to be unaware of the harm they've caused. They may play the victim, shifting blame onto you and making you question your own feelings and experiences. This is not just a denial of responsibility, but an effort to distort reality. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own reactions and judgments. By refusing to engage in their psychological games, you maintain your clarity and preserve your sense of truth. 7. Manipulative control. Manipulation is a hallmark of malicious behavior. Under the guise of concern or care, manipulators subtly undermine your independence, exploiting your insecurities, fears, or desires to make you dependent on them. To counter manipulation, Stoics emphasize the importance of setting clear boundaries and maintaining self-awareness. True happiness, according to Stoicism, comes from inner control, not external validation. By adhering to your principles and refusing to succumb to manipulation, you preserve your freedom and strength. Final thoughts. Malicious individuals often rely on deception, manipulation, and control to achieve their goals. However, Stoic philosophy offers us the tools to confront these challenges: calmness, clarity, and self-control. Ultimately, no one can disturb your inner peace unless you allow them to. Dealing with disrespect. Lessons from Stoicism. Disrespect is a challenge that most of us face at some point in our lives. It can be deeply frustrating and at times overwhelming, stirring feelings of annoyance, anger, or even rage. However, what if we approach this common challenge through the lens of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy known for its wisdom and practical insights? Stoicism teaches us how to navigate life's difficulties with grace, self-control, and wisdom. In this guide, we will explore 10 Stoic principles that offer actionable strategies for dealing with disrespect while maintaining your dignity and inner peace. 1. Always calm down first. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the idea that events themselves don't disturb us. It's our interpretation of those events that causes emotional turmoil. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, famously said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." When faced with disrespect, it's important to remember that the situation itself isn't inherently harmful. The distress comes from how we perceive it. Viewing disrespect as an attack on your worth often leads to feelings of frustration or anger. To counter this, practice calming yourself first. Take deep breaths and remind yourself that the other person's behavior reflects their struggles, insecurities, or misunderstandings, not your value as a person. Remaining calm isn't just about suppressing anger, it's about reclaiming control over your emotions, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. 2. Engage in self-reflection. Stoics valued self-reflection as a tool for personal growth and understanding. They believed that the quality of our thoughts directly impacts the quality of our lives. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, highlighted this when he said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When disrespected, take time to reflect on the situation and ask yourself meaningful questions. Is there any truth to what was said or done? Could my actions have inadvertently contributed to this situation? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and virtues? By examining the incident objectively, you can move beyond emotional reactions and gain insights that promote personal growth. This practice encourages a rational and measured response, ensuring that your actions reflect your principles rather than momentary emotions. 3. Accept the break. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, warned against the dangers of letting anger take control. He observed that impulsive reactions often lead to regret and poor decisions. When confronted with disrespect, resist the urge to react immediately. Instead, give yourself a moment to pause. This break is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of strength and discipline. It allows you to collect your thoughts, regain emotional control, and consider your response carefully. By taking this intentional pause, you align your actions with your values, avoiding unnecessary escalation and preserving your inner peace. 4. Rise above and see the other side. Empathy is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Epictetus advised seeking goodness within ourselves rather than relying on external validation. Often, disrespectful behavior is rooted in the other person's insecurities, fears, or ignorance. By trying to understand their perspective, you can diffuse your own negative emotions and respond with compassion. Empathy doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means recognizing that the disrespect likely stems from their internal struggles rather than being a reflection of your worth. By rising above the situation, you can maintain your composure and respond in a way that reflects your strength and understanding. 5. Think about doing the right thing. Virtues like wisdom, courage, and integrity are central to Stoic philosophy. As Seneca said, virtue is nothing else than right reason. When faced with disrespect, focus on what you can control, your response. Choose actions that reflect your values rather than allowing negative emotions to dictate your behavior. Responding virtuously not only preserves your dignity, but also sets a positive example for others. It demonstrates that your self-worth isn't determined by external opinions, but by your commitment to living with integrity. 6. Accept what you cannot control. The Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control reminds us to focus on what is within our power while letting go of what isn't. Epictetus encouraged us to rejoice in what you have rather than grieving over what you lack. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. Accepting this reality helps you avoid unnecessary frustration and focus on maintaining your inner peace. Disrespect from others, while unpleasant, need not disturb your tranquility if you choose to prioritize your own growth and well-being. 7. Use humor. Humor can be a surprisingly effective tool in handling difficult situations. Seneca once remarked, "You have mastered yourself when you know what to take seriously." A well-timed joke or light-hearted remark can diffuse tension, shift the tone of the interaction, and prevent conflict from escalating. However, humor must be used thoughtfully. It should never come across as dismissive or mocking. Instead, it should create a sense of ease and understanding, allowing both parties to move forward without hostility. 8. Set firm boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to stand firm in the face of adversity. Like an unyielding rock amidst crashing waves, you can maintain your composure and dignity even when others act disrespectfully. Setting clear boundaries is essential. Communicate calmly and assertively about what is unacceptable. By doing so, you protect your self-respect and demonstrate that you value yourself enough to demand fair treatment. Setting boundaries isn't about confrontation. It's about fostering mutual respect and ensuring healthy interactions. 9. Choose forgiveness. Forgiveness, according to Stoicism, is an act of strength and self-care. It's not about condoning bad behavior, but about releasing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this when he described forgiveness as a way to focus on what truly matters. Letting go of negative emotions frees you to focus on personal growth and inner peace. It allows you to move forward without carrying the emotional weight of past slights. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a testament to your resilience and emotional maturity. 10th. Re-examine the situation perspective is a powerful tool for maintaining clarity and composure. Marcus Aurelius observed, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." When faced with disrespect, step back and assess the situation from a broader view. Often, acts of disrespect are minor in the grand scheme of things. Recognizing this can help you avoid overreacting or taking things too personally. Instead, focus on your goals, values, and personal aspirations. By shifting your perspective, you redirect your energy toward growth and fulfillment rather than dwelling on negativity. Conclusion. By embracing these Stoic principles, you can navigate disrespect with wisdom, self-respect, and grace. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about mastering them. It empowers you to respond thoughtfully, maintain your dignity, and grow from challenges. Have you ever faced the door of opportunity in front of you and realized after it was shut in your face that it was indeed for your own benefit? If yes, then be prepared to change your perspective. As today, we will delve into the mimesis of rejection as an opportunity through the help of the great Stoic, Marcus Aurelius. Think of persisting in this world every time a no is given to you. Rejections, a term that is inherently painful, should form the bedrock of everything good that you wish to prevail inside of you. Life is not a matter of controlling fate. It's a matter of understanding that at times the answer is no, but the answer is yes to something that is more important than what it was initially supposed to be. Feeling neglected, sidelined, or less respected? Let's change the story. In this video, we will cover 14 keys on how to apply the rejection into something better. They are not only broad concepts, but steps that can be followed every single day in your week. Before we get started, kindly like this video and turn on the notification so that you can assist in sharing this life-changing knowledge. Alright, let's go ahead and begin the adventure of changing the narrative from being rejected to standing victorious. 1. Disregard them. Also, casting a blind eye toward those who treat you as insignificant shouldn't be construed as weakness. Instead, taking that alternative rises you above the disparaging situation. It is absolutely beneficial to ignore those who ignore you, as it allows you to perceive yourself in a far better way than you would. If a person chooses to disregard you, that's simply her or his own path, and rest assured it is not yours. You, by not participating, are expressing quite the opposite. The fact that you are of greater value. Rather than wasting time in search of approval, conserve it for the things that really do matter, that being to say your targets, your joy, and people who appreciate you. Enjoy the good and enriching life by reading, learning, or simply spending quality time with good family and friends. It is not about revenge, it's about getting your energy back and spending it wisely. Rural areas and rejection are quite painful at that, but use the pain to motivate you for more. Self-respect is a form of storage, and use it to believe, rather than blindly ignoring it time and again. But simply existing is not living is now a quote of the past, because not only are you living by this, but you're thriving. Your absolute worth will not be defined by the point of view of someone else who feels incapable of seeing it. If standing out doesn't seem right to you, then remember to let your actions be louder instead of relying on words that security your point. 2. Avoid getting too attaching, feeling reacted to rejection. The Stoic Willer's picture, calmness getting learned. Looking at those moments where one is met with indifference or rejection, making some want to get agitated or sad, some would consider it an insult. So instead, ask yourself the question, why am I feeling insulted? The answer, most time, is not the rejection that hurt more, but insecurities in us. Have you ever thought maybe thinking first before acting is a better idea? A calm answer does not make oneself feel numb. Rather, it allows an individual a breath to relax while not letting their emotions get the best of them. It's in the reverse. You have control over your own thoughts and do them, not others. If your intention to do something is going to prove to others that you are worth something, then do not do so. Engage if you positively desire to. This is emotional strength clearly showcased. How you face challenges is more important than how you seek out the approval from the everyone else. Therefore, it is not surprising how mastering calmness after getting rejected gives an individual inner peace. Not only this, the sense of confidence gained after this transition is truly mesmerizing. So much so that the other people who encounter you notice the confidence glow that you have. This makes it quite easy to improve. 3. Self-talk to deal with the rejection. When rejection happens, detachment helps. This isn't about ignoring the pain, you know it is there. It is about converting that negative experience into a positive opportunity for you to grow. A little reality check is never gonna hurt. However, do not get yourself carried away with the emotions. As a seaman would do in the stormy, turbulent seas, utilize the billows instead of allowing them to sink your ship. Consider rejection as deterrence, not a killer. The situation you are dealing with churns out unwanted emotions within you, but try to look at it from a different angle, for what it actually is, a telltale sign for you to move on towards unexplored avenues. There are plenty of tasks that can extend your limits and entertain you as well. Look for them. Read books that broaden your horizons. Pick up pastimes that push your boundaries, or volunteer at community events that allow you to view things differently. They are more than simple diversions. They are paths of self-exploration and self-affirmation. Be the change you want to see. Surround yourself with people who motivate and support you. Build friendships that are healthy both emotionally and mentally. A rejection doesn't write you off. Instead, it tells you to be more creative and reinvent yourself. With time, the pain of rejection will be all but worthless, as it will allow you to sense a greater purpose and cause in life. 4. Portray your competency with strong arguments. Handling rejection is painful, but it's also a test in how well one can handle tough situations. This might be a fitting time to show how self-assured and resolute you truly are. If you've been passed up for attending a meeting or been declined a promotion, breathe. Try to ignore the regret. Describe that energy to direct action instead. Begin a course of which can make you more visible, or offer to lead a fresh course of that grabs your attention. Your worth doesn't get out of the window just because someone discounted it. Not all rejections are the end. Some might just be Allah's way of leading you to other junctions based on your potential. Take it as an opportunity to reflect on your objectives and work on the priorities instead. Ask yourself, what sets me apart? How can I employ that strength to make further progress in the business world? The Stoics were correct to argue that we should concentrate on those things that we are able to do something about. In this case, our behaviors and our thoughts. Be gentle with yourself and with others as you get time to think of a response to rejection. Perhaps the person for whom you applied for their help simply forgotten to look for you because they were busy. It is a wise thing to do, and it shows your strengths. Rejection is not your identity. It is only a plot twist that drives you to work on yourself even more. Embrace it, learn from it, and rise stronger than before. With time, you'll see rejection not as an obstacle, but as a valuable stepping stone in your journey. 5. Foster no relations. Having silence should mean one has a powerful implication. It is noted, however, that silence can be termed as loud itself by some individuals. Depending on the particular circumstances, though, at times, the desire to make amends can truly gain an upper hand. However, at occasions, not responding is the best possible answer. While being quiet, it seems as if you are in control and have drawn the line. You are not aiming to take revenge, but instead survive at best. One's presence of mind allows for a verbal recognition of oneself and one's narrative, unrelated to that of some other individual. In this case, think of it as a time capsule of sorts, a place where you are stored within. You are held in hibernation until you have the needed focus and drive to go forth and take the world on. In actuality, everything said in prose should have been the case. Then were there times, or are there still some cases where people are essentially gagged and forced to bite their tongues? Certainly not. And this is where my frustration lay. It's worth stressing that nothing and no one has the ability to make you feel any certain way. These feelings are merely snapshots of a moment. No one has the power that would make you extra about your actions. All you need to remind yourself every now and then is that you are enough. Or if you want to mess with the basement and write a song about it, go ahead. In conclusion, think of it like controlling the rage within and exercising constraint when the world is shouting in an uproar around you. 6. Prove them wrong. Being rejected can be a blessing in disguise, as it helps you tap into your inner strength. It is not about others believing in you. It is about believing in your potential to achieve great things. Disbelieve in whatever people say. Work on your skills to improve them. Invest your time in gaining knowledge, practicing, and perfecting your skill set. It is about breaking your personal record and chasing after success. This in turn develops confidence and proficiency. Do not waste your energy on saying things. Let your actions speak for you. Use your creative skills to make an image of yourself to counter-attack your critics. If you are doubted in regard to your consistency, show them your hard work instead. You do not have to shout out loud for attention, nor do you need it. Focus on achieving things. During that journey, you will notice a shift in the way people perceive you. The most important factor to consider is strength about gain a new sense of self. The satisfaction of being able to prove someone wrong is great. However, what is even better is the sense of achievement and finding out how great a person you can be. 7. Step outside and enjoy ourselves. When we make the effort to venture beyond our comfort zones, that is when the zest of life comes out. The act of having fun does not only have the purpose of enjoyment, this is also an investment towards the further strengthening of our character. It is easy to feel rejected and feel like staying away from everything, sulking in the bitterness of the experience. But here's the twist. Fight against that urge. Instead, look for joy. This is not to say that you should distance yourself from your feelings and feelings as a whole. Rather, it is to say, find joy in something rather than the depressive feeling. I do not know if this would be enough for you, but it is true. Trying something new and even rekindling an old hobby is defiance in itself against rejection. We are social beings, and depending on the context, we thrive in and on interactions. Take some friends for a hike, participate in a community art project, or even have a meal with your family. You know for a fact that one needs feelings of joy and these moments, and even restores one's hopes. They all enhance your involvement in interactions of a larger setting. With every single laughter and with every single story told, helps to reinforce the concept that you are much more than what you are made out to be by your failures. You are an active and significant part of a story of success. Rejection does not feel good. More often than not, it only embeddings of failure and dissatisfaction, a cuisine of a different culture, an unfamiliar social setting, and an interesting workshop. These are all examples of an experience that can serve as a distraction. But these experiences, rather a reconsideration towards how life is perceived, offer numerous opportunities. Each new adventure adds depth to your character, making you more adaptable, empathetic, and equipped to face life's challenges. The goal isn't to forget rejection, but to grow from it, turning every no into a stepping stone toward a richer, more vibrant life. 8. Create your social level. Picture yourself in a gathering with no one paying attention to you, as if nobody could see you. In fact, this is a golden opportunity to get noticed. Stoics encourage us to use negative moments, such as being ignored, as ways to perfect oneself. It is more valuable to try and better ourselves and engage with the activities that matter, rather than looking for gratification in others. It is not about climbing the social hierarchy. Rather, it is about moving higher on your personal scale of development. One's health, engaging in entertaining activities, or career progression are all linguistic examples of a single idea. They represent the actions this individual is taking to become better and stronger. When you've completed a process, share it not for the recognition, but seeking a meaningful connection. When you engage with others to share your interests and what you've achieved, consider them as opportunities to share with like-minded people. It's not about getting more people to follow you, it's about getting more relationships to follow you and getting relationships to grow. Networking or volunteering extends beyond simply enhancing your CV. It entails establishing a tapestry of rich connections. This is a philosophy that finds its roots in Stoicism, where self-improvement sits comfortably alongside doing one's part for the society. There is a purpose attached to changing the status with no problems in self-esteem. The focus is to gain recognition through a series of processes and together with the society. This perspective shift is crucial. It's not about being seen, but about seeing yourself grow and helping others grow in the process. 9. Act as if they don't exist. When someone ignores you, the strongest response can be a quiet one. This isn't about being petty or cold. It's about safeguarding your peace. If someone chooses to overlook you, let them. Don't expend your energy trying to catch their attention or spark a conversation. In social settings like at a party, redirect your focus to those who value your company. Engage in a conversation with someone who appreciates your presence. This is about recognizing that your worth isn't defined by another person's acknowledgement. In unavoidable situations where you must interact, maintain professionalism. Keep conversations brief, direct, and devoid of personal depth. This isn't about one-upping anyone. It's about showing up for yourself. By keeping interactions strictly business, you leave no room for unnecessary drama. It signals, I'm here for what matters, not for games. If the disregard persists, embrace the power of walking away. This isn't a sign of defeat, it's a strategic retreat. It's an understanding that your energy is better spent elsewhere, on relationships and pursuits that bring joy and growth. Choosing not to engage in a one-sided struggle isn't about avoiding confrontation, it's about prioritizing peace. By doing so, you move past not just the person, but also toward healthier interactions, better opportunities, and a calmer state of mind. 10. Give them the silent treatment. Silence in the face of indifference isn't about getting the upper hand, it's about preserving your dignity. Stoicism teaches us to use silence not as a weapon to provoke, but as a tool for introspection and emotional mastery. When someone ignores you, responding with silence creates space for self-reflection. Use this time to understand your feelings, sift through your thoughts, and find clarity. This isn't about punishing the other person, it's about preserving your inner peace. In silence lies an opportunity for growth. It's not about shutting down, but opening up to yourself. Reflect on questions like, why does this bother me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? This type of silence is constructive, not destructive. It's a moment to reinforce your character, align your actions with your values, and respond in ways that reflect your principles. If you choose to remain silent, let it be a conscious decision rooted in self-care and wisdom. Avoid engaging in behaviors like manipulation, revenge, or pettiness. Instead, embrace Stoicism's call for temperance and self-control. By not reacting, you're not just ignoring someone else, you're attentively listening to yourself. This practice helps you maintain composure, focus on your personal growth, and embody the Stoic ideal of serenity in the face of adversity. 11. Don't beg for attention. In the face of indifference, the Stoic way isn't about begging for attention. It's a call to anchor yourself in your own self-worth and independence. When someone ignores you, it's not an invitation for you to perform louder for their gaze. Instead, it's an opportunity to turn inward and reaffirm your value. Stoicism teaches us that self-esteem shouldn't be swayed by others' attention. It's about being firm in your self-regard and knowing that your worth is non-negotiable. Engage in your passions and pursuits with a heart full of self-sufficiency. It's not about showing off to make someone realize what they're missing. It's about realizing for yourself what you bring to the table. Indulge in activities that fulfill you. Connect with people who appreciate you. Cultivate a life that makes you proud. This isn't passive. It's an active embrace of your own life. Be so involved in your own growth and happiness that the need for outside validation fades into irrelevance. Rather than chasing fleeting attention, invest in yourself. Build a life you're content with, independent of how others perceive it. Let your confidence and self-assurance grow from your personal development and achievements, not from an audience. This Stoic approach isn't just about dealing with rejection, it's about transcending it by focusing on what truly matters, your journey of growth and fulfillment. When faced with rejection, turn it into an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and deepen your understanding of your own worth. 12. Be kind, but emotionally distant. Even when faced with indifference, choose to respond with kindness while keeping your emotional world fortified. This isn't about being cold, it's about protecting your inner peace. When someone ignores you, it's natural to feel hurt or frustrated. However, Stoicism teaches us to greet such moments with a composed heart. Offer a smile, a polite greeting, or a simple wish for a good day, but do so without the weight of expectations. Your kindness is a gift, not a transaction. Maintaining emotional distance isn't about building walls, it's about drawing lines. It's understanding that while you can control your actions, you cannot control how others respond. This distance is not a sign of weakness, it's a mark of strength and self-respect. It's a conscious choice not to let someone else's actions dictate your emotional state. By staying kind yet detached, you're saying, I choose not to let your indifference upset my balance. This approach protects and empowers you. Combining kindness with emotional detachment is a powerful embodiment of Stoic wisdom. It's a balance that allows you to interact with grace while standing firm in your emotional integrity. It demonstrates respect for yourself and others, and it's a testament to your maturity and understanding. By navigating through life's rejections with this approach, you do so with an unshakable sense of inner tranquility and dignity rather than bitterness or hurt. 13. Don't reveal your struggle. When someone ignores you, the temptation to reveal your struggle can be overwhelming. However, Stoicism teaches us the art of maintaining composure. It's not about pretending everything is fine, it's about embracing internal resilience. Displaying that you're unaffected isn't a performance, but a reflection of true inner stability. Continue with your life with the same vigor and determination as before. It's not a show for others, it's a testament to your strength. This approach isn't about denying your feelings. Acknowledge them, but don't let them control you. Let calmness and self-assurance be your guides. Focus on controlling what you can, your actions, responses, and demeanor. By continuing your life confidently, you're not just showing others your strength, you're reminding yourself of it. Not revealing your struggle is a subtle but powerful way of asserting that your sense of self-worth is independent of others' opinions or actions. This practice embraces the Stoic philosophy of emotional resilience. It's not about hiding your emotions. It's about managing them in a way that maintains your dignity and self-respect. It's a demonstration of wisdom, integrity, and emotional fortitude. By choosing not to reveal your struggles, you remind yourself that your value doesn't rely on external circumstances. Instead, it lies within your own character and strength. 14. Don't seek validation from others. In the face of indifference, don't seek validation from others. The Stoic way isn't about chasing after approval or trying to prove your worth. It's a call to find your worth within yourself, independent of anyone else's recognition. When others overlook or ignore you, it's not a reflection of your value. It's an opportunity to reaffirm your self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to anchor our confidence in our own inner strength, not in the fleeting opinions of others. Your self-esteem should not be a roller coaster based on external validation. Instead, invest your energy in things that truly fulfill you, whether it's personal growth, passions, or the relationships that truly matter. This isn't about pretending you don't care, It's about understanding that your true worth is rooted in who you are, not in how others perceive you. When you focus on your own development and contentment, external validation becomes irrelevant. You become so secure in your own value that the need for validation fades. The Stoic approach isn't just about handling rejection. It's about transcending it. By focusing on your own journey, you stop seeking validation and start building a life of purpose, fulfillment, and self-reliance. This is the real strength, a quiet confidence that doesn't depend on the world's acknowledgement, but stands firm in its own integrity. Conclusion: we've journeyed through the intricate layers of reverse psychology, uncovering 14 transformative lessons on turning rejection into a tool for personal growth and resilience. Each lesson serves as a guide to channel your inner strength, reinforcing the Stoic principles of self-worth, composure, and purpose. Remember, every no you encounter is a stepping stone, not a setback. It's an opportunity to rise above challenges, master emotional resilience, and build a life rooted in your values. Now, I challenge you to take these insights and apply them to your daily life. Embrace rejection, not as an obstacle, but as a catalyst for growth and self-discovery. I'm eager to hear your stories of triumph, so hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and drop a comment below. Share your journey, your victories, and even your struggles. If you're at a loss for words, just type "strength in adversity" to show you've made it through this session. Your interaction fuels this community, guiding us toward wisdom, understanding, and above all, the art of turning every challenge into an opportunity. Here's to mastering the art of Stoic resilience together. Stay strong, stay wise, and above all, stay Stoic.